What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and in this tutorial video I'm going to show you how to install Ghost on your own hosting account. Ghost is a free and open source content management system that's kind of similar to WordPress but with a stronger focus on blogging and email marketing. I'm going to walk you through step 1 to step done on everything that you need to know to get set up with Ghost. We're going to get a domain name, a hosting account at DigitalOcean, which is the recommended web host for Ghost. Then I'll show you how to install themes, design your website, blog, enable Mailgun for email marketing, as well as how to update your Ghost powered website. Ghost does provide a done-for-you hosted solution found at ghost.org, so if this tutorial video is not for you, I definitely recommend checking out ghost.org. I do have another tutorial video on how to use ghost.org, so check it out. The whole advantage of installing Ghost on your own hosting account with DigitalOcean is that it's just more cost-effective, but the downsides are that it is a little bit more technical, and you are going to have to update everything manually. Anyways, if you're ready to get started, make sure to check the links in the description for timestamps and resources mentioned in this video. So let's begin. Welcome to my laptop. Let's begin. So the first step with creating a Ghost powered website is to get a domain name at a domain name register. And for that, I recommend Namecheap because they have great prices and free WHOIS protection. So to get started with Namecheap is simple. You just click on the search bar and type in the domain name that you want to register. Alright, so once you type in your domain name, it'll come back and tell you whether or not it's available. If it is, you can simply add it to your cart. If it's not available, then you have to click up top there and then change the word combination to find something that's available. You can also register alternative domain name extensions, but if this is your first website, I definitely recommend getting a .com. Anyways, when you're ready, click on Add to Cart, View Item, and then click on the Checkout button. Okay, so right over here we have our domain name registration. With a domain name you can register for up to 10 years in advance. You can turn auto renew on or off, and then you get free WHOIS protection. And this is a huge benefit with Namecheap because you have to provide accurate contact information whenever you register a domain name. And so domain name privacy just keeps your personal information private. And so that's it. So go ahead and click on confirm order, and that is it. Welcome to DigitalOcean. So this is a cloud host that's geared for developers, and they are actually the recommended web host for Ghost. So this is ghost.org. Let's come down here, cloud hosting, and they recommend you use DigitalOcean. So that's what we're going to be using in this tutorial video. Now to get started is very simple. So you just scroll down here and then you just fill out this information, enter your name, email address, and password. Okay, so once you submit your information, you're going to be presented with this page just to confirm that you are human. Okay, so next we can click X off of this, and now we can create our account. So I definitely recommend you sign up with email. So let's go ahead and do that. And then again, enter your information. Okay, so now we have to go ahead and confirm our email address. So let me go ahead and do that. So let's click on this to confirm our address. And then we're going to be automatically redirected to the welcome page. And on here, we have to verify our identity. So you can either use your PayPal or a credit card. Now, this is just to verify your account, prevent spam as it states right here. And so just go ahead and do that. And then after that, you're good to go. You're going to be logged into your account and you're going to be on the welcome page for DigitalOcean. All right, so this is your control panel for DigitalOcean. So I know when you submit your credit card information, you're going to be looking at some type of welcome screen and you see that, oh, I can just click on go. Don't. You want to navigate here to follow along with the tutorial so it all makes sense because you can't get back to that welcome screen. Whenever you use DigitalOcean, this is the interface where you're going to be interacting with everything. Now, to create a droplet is simple. Now, first off, you're like, what's a droplet? Well, DigitalOcean drops in the get it. So a droplet is just a virtual machine. It's a general purpose virtual machine. So anyways, navigate up top there where it says create, click the little drop down. Then we want to create a droplet. So create a cloud server. There we go. All right, so right over here, we have a bunch of different options. The first thing we want to do is navigate to where it says marketplace. Now you'll see down here, we have recommended for you. We have a bunch of different options. The thing we want to use is Ghost, okay? So let's just type in Ghost, G-H, there we go. So G-H-O-S-T, Ghost. Let's click on that one. Okay, so we have Ghost ready to go. Ghost on Ubuntu. That's correct. That's what we want. Now let's come down here. You can leave the shared GPU to basic. That's totally fine. You can also click on regular Intel SSD. Now you have your option between $5 and $10 a month. Totally up to you.
in general, I would just start off with the cheapest plan. You know, if you have like a medium-sized website, the $10 a month is actually acceptable, but we're just starting a brand new website, so we can go ahead and click on the $5 a month. Okay, so let's scroll down here. All right, so right down here, we have our data center. And so your data center, this matters because it just depends on like where your traffic is coming from. So like if most of your traffic is in India, then you want to base your site in Bangalore. If you're a Western audience, it's mostly Americans, then New York or San Francisco. All right, let's come down here. Okay, additional options, we can ignore this. Password, we want to set it as a password because this is how we're going to be logging in to our account via a terminal. So it is very important that you use something that you can remember. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so again, your password must meet all these specific requirements right there. Let's scroll down here. Okay, so we can choose a host name. We can rename this something a little bit more logical. So just call this Ghost Tutorial, leave it like that. Okay, add tags, I'll leave that blank. Project there, and then enable backups. So it's $1 a month. Backups are really important because like if you just mess up your site, then you can reload from a backup. Totally up to you. But whenever you're ready, go ahead and click on Create Droplet. Okay, so now Ghost is being installed. Okay, so that should take a minute or two, and that's it. So now we have one droplet and we have Ghost ready to go. Now it's time to associate a domain name with our droplet. So what we did previously is that we made it into a Ghost droplet. Ghost still needs to be installed, but we're going to associate a domain name with this droplet. Now you can do this after you install Ghost if you want, but I definitely recommend doing it before because it just makes everything easier. Now, in order to do this, we need to navigate to networking. Then you want to click on domains. Now, once you click on domains, simply add in the domain name that you want to add. So I'll just type in, we'll say vlog how, for example. Let me go ahead and click on add a domain. And what it's going to do is give you a bunch of different information that you need to add in over at Namecheap. Okay, so right here we have our name servers. So NS means name servers. And so we have NS1, NS2, NS3, DigitalOcean.com. So all you have to do is copy and paste. So navigate to Namecheap, then go into the domain name that you want to edit. So right here where it says name servers, you want to click this little drop down and click on where it says custom DNS. Now here you just want to copy paste in NS1, NS2, NS3, DigitalOcean.com. So let me just type in, there we go. And then make sure to click on this little green check mark to save everything. And that's all you have to do. Now, one additional thing that you can do is click here and click on @ Then click over here and make sure you select Ghost Tutorial. Now you need to set an an A record, and just go ahead and do this now because it just makes the installation go a lot more smoothly. And then just click on Create Record, and that's it. Installing the Ghost Content Management System. So we have our Ghost Droplet, we have our domain name. Now we just need to install Ghost on the back end. It's not that hard. So if you try to visit your domain name, you're going to be looking at one of two things. Either you're going to be hitting this page where it says your site can't be reached, or you're going to be looking at a page that's telling you to go ahead and install Ghost. Either one is totally fine. Nothing's wrong. Everything's working correctly. Now, if you are on the other page that tells you to go ahead and install Ghost, it's going to direct you over here. And to install Ghost, you just have to access your site via a terminal and then log in via SSH root at your IP address. That's it. So a terminal, you're like, what's a terminal? It's an application. So you want to go to Windows Terminal. This is the application that I'm going to be using, Windows Terminal, completely for free. Just download it and you can follow along. All right, so let's navigate right back here and let's go ahead and open up our terminal. Here is our terminal. So what do we have to do? We have to type in SSH root, then the @ symbol, then our IP address. Okay, so what's our IP address? Our IP address is right here. So we'll go ahead and click that, copy it. Then we'll come over here and then paste. There you go. That's it. Now hit enter and wait. Okay, there we go. There we go. No, it's not. It's working. This is correct. You want to type in yes. Go ahead. Okay, warning. Blah, blah, blah. Enter the password. What password? The password that you set earlier when you were setting up the Ghost Droplet, okay? Now you're like, well, I can't see. You're not supposed to see the password. Just type it in correctly, then hit enter. Okay, just follow along. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Now what's going on right here is that Ghost is being installed. So just sit and let it do its thing. Okay, so now it says Ghost will prompt you for details, add your domain name, add an A record, and your email address. So we already did the domain name, and I already showed you how to add the A record. That's why we did those things first. Now, go ahead and click enter, and then you'll have to enter in your email address later to use for an SSL certificate. Okay, so now it should be saying downloading and installing Ghost. Now you need to enter in your blog's URL. So let me go ahead and do that. And then hit enter. Now you need to enter in an email address for the SSL certificate. Okay, and then hit enter. And congratulations, you've just successfully installed Ghost. So to log into your website, you just go to yourdomaining.com/ghost. Logging into your Ghost website. So it's very simple. All you have to do is go to yourdomainname.com/ghost. Now, if this is your first time logging into your website, you're going to be looking at something like this where it says, welcome to Ghost. So let's go ahead and create our account. Now, you definitely want to get on top of this ASAP, because if someone just happened to type in your domain name/ghost, they could set up an account. Again, not a big deal because you could just delete the droplet, but nobody's going to do that. But you want to do this immediately. All right, so we'll just say hello world and full name. We'll just type in my name right there. Okay. Then put in your email address and a password. On the next page, after you create your account, you'll be able to invite staff users. So what a staff user is just like someone else who can blog and create content on your website. So I don't have any staff users at this time, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this. And welcome to Ghost. So now you've successfully created your website and you've successfully installed Ghost. It's really that simple. So let me give you a tour of your Ghost dashboard so you know what's going on. So right here is your dashboard, obviously, and this gives you a high level overview of everything that you kind of need to be paying attention to, get started creating content, tutorials that you need to be aware of, etc. And then you have this button over here, which allows you to view your website. So this is what the current theme looks like. Now, if we come down here, the next part are your blog posts. And so if we click on this, it opens up and these are all your blog posts right here. So you can go ahead and delete these when you're ready, but they are quick little tutorials that kind of help you understand how to use Ghost properly. Now, right down here, we have our pages, and pages are for static content like about page, resources, contact page, that type of deal. And so right over here, you come with a bunch of different default contact pages, but you can add these, delete these, edit them, however you see fit. Now with tags, tags are sort of like categories. So like WordPress uses categories, Ghost uses tags. Now, if we come over here, members, these are people who have subscribed to your website. Then integrations are all the different types of integrations for your website. So you want to install, for example, Google Analytics. This will link you to a page that tells you how to set that up. Then you have staff, which is people who can publish content on your website. Now, one of the most important icons is actually that little gear icon right down here. You're going to be spending a lot of time over here when you're setting up your website. So over here, you can install different themes. Here's your branding for your logo, your different colors, general publication and site metadata, navigation, membership, newsletter, labs, and code injection. And so a few different things that you kind of want to pay attention to. So for example, navigation, and this is your menu bar right up top there. So if you're like, well, how do I edit this? Just jump over here and then you can edit these and delete these as well. Edit the URL, delete the URL. So if you want to add in a different type of page, for example, like if I want a resources page and I don't want a portal page, I could just go ahead and right here and just click the trash can and delete this, and then the portal link in the menu would disappear. And if I want to go ahead and add something, again, very easy. You just go ahead and add in a new menu item by clicking the little plus sign right there and say, we'll say like resources, for example. And what's the label? I want the label to be like resources. Really that simple. And then depending on the theme, some themes come with a secondary navigation choice. So right there, near secondary navigation, let me navigate to the bottom of the website, is right down here. So this is like for your legal pages, privacy, terms of use, Amazon associates disclaimer, that type of deal. That's what goes down here. Okay, so let's navigate back to the gear icon. Yep, we're going to leave. All right, so the theme, this is where you can change the theme. So if we go to view more, opens up with all these different themes. Then you can easily install themes from this interface. So for example, let's say I want to go ahead and I want to install this theme right here, maybe the digest or something else. So again, you can navigate this page by clicking the links on the left hand sidebar menu. So you can navigate to free, official themes, as well as any paid themes that are currently available. So we'll click on free and then just scroll through this and find any theme that you kind of like. Actually, this one looks good. We have ease right there. That looks quite nice. We have wave, dope. Let's come down here. We have massively over there. This is actually one of my favorite themes. Okay, so let me navigate back to the top. We'll keep it simple and we'll just go with the digest right there. Okay, so to install a theme with Ghost, all you have to do is click the install theme, then you type in your URL and it should download automatically. And it's really that simple. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so now it says you're about to install the theme. Let's go ahead and download it and install it on our website. Okay, so the theme digest was successfully installed. Really that simple. And so that's really it. You can just jump around and browse different themes. You can browse marketplaces and buy a premium theme if you want, etc. Really not that hard. Okay, and so you can play around with this to kind of customize your website. It's really simple and intuitive. Blogging with Ghost. So let's get started creating some content. So first off, navigate to post and then go ahead and click on this little plus sign, or you can click on the new post button. Okay, so we have a few different things. You can add in a feature image for your website. Just click there and then just download and upload any image of your choosing. I definitely recommend picking images that are fairly small that don't make the website load slowly. If you don't know what a feature images are, whenever you come to any type of website, so this is my website, websitecreatorpro.com, these are feature images right here, and they go along with the blog post to make it more visually appealing. And so that's what you can do with Ghost. Then the post title, we'll just type this in, post title. This is your H1 title tag. So what this is, let me just open up this blog post right there. So what this is right here is the title of your blog post, which is the equivalent of this title right there. So this is your H1, that title tag. And then you can just begin writing your post. So begin writing. All right. Okay, so Ghost works similar to WordPress in the sense that it uses kind of a block editor. Very intuitive. So you click the plus sign over there, then you can upload an image, markdown language. So markdown language is good whenever you want to bold something, italicize, bullets, etc., quotation, that type of thing. That's what that is for. Okay, so then we have HTML. So you can add in custom HTML. So for example, if you're using ConvertKit to collect emails, for example, you can just click on this and then copy and paste in your ConvertKit code to have your email opt-in form appear. All right, then we have a divider. So this is just a visually appealing thing to break up your blog posts. Let's come over here. We can bookmark. Then we can have email content. So this is one of the most powerful and one of my favorite features of Ghost is that what this does is it hides this piece of content. Anything you write in here, anything you write here will be hidden on the website and will only be viewable if this blog post gets sent to your email list. And so that's the advantage of Ghost, because you can get people to subscribe and then send them blog posts, but then they can have custom content that they can't get elsewhere. So that gives them incentive to subscribe to your website, and you can also charge for subscriptions as well. And so that's why Ghost is so great for blogging and memberships, because it has this feature built in. All right, so let's continue on. Then we write down here, we have public preview, so you can just view what your website looks like. Then we have YouTube, Twitter. These are just your basic embeds. Now let's navigate over here. Now this is the post URL. Post URL looks good, so I'm personally a fan of using /blog/post title, but this is fine too. So just the post title, that works. Tags, I definitely recommend each blog post be in one tag because you want to categorize it under something. Excerpt, so that's just the excerpt for the blog post. For example, like it would appear on like a different page on your site, for example. Then we have the metadata. Metadata is very important because this is what's going to be appearing in the search engine result pages. So just make sure to give it a nice little title and a quick little description. And that's it. It's really that simple. Let me back out of that. Okay, so there we go. So that's all you really have to do. That's all you really have to set up on the back end over there. Now, one other helpful little thing about Ghost is that you do have to display dates. Most themes have dates built in, but What I really like about Ghost is that if you go back to a blog post you published maybe 6 months ago and you just update something, it'll update it to the current date. So that's really helpful because you can update your content and keep the dates up to date as well. If that makes any sense. So anyways, that's how you blog with Ghost. And finally, let me show you how to set up Mailgun for your account. So if you're like, what's Mailgun? Mailgun is transactional email for developers. This allows you to send out your blog posts to people who subscribe to your website. You can set up a subscription service. You can content lock things within Ghost like I showed you, but you have to set it up on the back end. So first off, let's click the gear icon right over here and then come over to email newsletter settings. Let's open up this. Okay, here we go. Now click on the expand button right there. Now you're going to need a Mailgun domain and a Mailgun private API key. So go ahead and create a Mailgun account. Once you go ahead and do that, click on this link right there and everything should open up to the appropriate page that you need to be on. Here we go. Okay, so these are the domain names I've set up. So with Mailgun, you get a default sandbox email. So you definitely want to set a custom email for your emails that you're going to be sending to other people. Now, one small thing, you have to change the domain name to something else. So for example, I'm using vloghow for this Ghost installation. I can't use vloghow for Mailgun. They can't be the same address because within Namecheap, you have to set the advanced DNS to match the email settings over here. So I hope that's not too confusing. So you just have to pick a different domain name, really that simple. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's use Action Vloggers. Let's open up this. All right, so let's come down here and then you just have to install and add in all of these different records. It's really that simple. So for example, we have add DNS record settings. Okay, so we have TXT and we have two TXT files. Okay, let's come over here, advanced DNS. All right, so I have to add in a new record. So what do I have to add in? I have to add in a text record. Okay, so let's find that. There you go, text record. So this is our domain name and then this is the value. So we'll copy this. Okay. Now let's go here to the value, paste. The host is actually at. Why is it at? Because it's our website. Okay, so when the host name is Action Vloggers or whatever your domain name is, just put at. That's the easiest way to do it. All right, let's click on the little check mark to save it. Great, so let's go ahead and add in another text record. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take this. This is the host name right there. We'll click on copy. Then go ahead and put that as the host right there. Okay, and then come over here to this value and then let's go ahead and paste that in. Boom. Then click on the check mark to save. And that's it. Okay, so now we can come down here and we can add in these two things right there, these two MX records. This is important because then people can reply to the email, the blog post that you send out. Totally up to you if you want to do this. Now, I want you to navigate down here to where it says your MX records. Now, to set this up is, again, simple. So here it is right over here. So for this little drop down, it probably is going to say something like email forwarding. You're going to have to click on custom MX records. And then this is where you enter in your record. So I entered in the first one just for demonstration purposes. Now, let's go ahead and add in a new record. Okay, so the symbol is going to be the @ symbol, okay? Because it's right there, Action Vloggers, priority 10, mxb.mailgun. We'll click on this. All right, then the mail server is this, priority 10. And then you click on the little check mark right there. And that's it, okay? So now you've successfully added 2 MX records for your domain name. Now, one final little thing that you could adjust right there is the CNAME record. This is important because this will give you analytical data within your Mailgun account so you know what's going on with your email. So definitely recommend setting this up. So let's come back up top there. So you probably should already have maybe some basic like CNAME record for Namecheap. We can go ahead and delete this and just delete, well, just go ahead and delete this. There we go. Okay. Now, okay, so go ahead and delete that CNAME record. Now let's click on add a new record and let's come down here where it says CNAME record. Okay, and so now this is the host name right there. We'll copy and paste that. And let's go to advanced DNS, host, boom, there we go. What's the target? Target is Mailgun. Click on that and then update this right over here. And then that is it. And so all you have to do is click on the little check mark to save. And there you go. So you are good to go with Mailgun. Now, once you set everything up, the last little thing that you need to do is make sure to verify your domain name via the DNS system. So again, let's go ahead and open up our domain name. Then when you're on this page, just make sure to click on verify DNS. It does take a little bit of time. Okay, so it's not usually going to be instantaneous. Let's go ahead and click on check DNS records. Okay, actually everything is verified and we are good to go. Okay, and so now the last step is to enter in your information right here. So this is your Mailgun domain name. So we're going to type in Action Vloggers. There we go. And then our Mailgun private API key. So you should already be logged into your Mailgun account. Simply click on this link right there. It'll open up into the appropriate page where you can get your private API key. Let's go ahead and view that. And let's go ahead and click on this to highlight this. There we go. Copy that and then go ahead and paste this in there. Paste, then click on Save Settings, and that is it. So now if we navigate back to our blog post section, you're going to notice a new little feature built in. So this is a blog post I just opened up. We'll just type in post title and we'll just say, I don't know, hello world again. There we go. Okay, so if I go to publish, then we're going to see right here, send by email to who? We have free members. And so that's why you want to set up Mailgun, because now it's just very easy. You can toggle this on or off, like, hey, I don't want this blog post to be emailed to everyone, or yeah, actually I do want this blog post to be emailed to everyone. Totally up to you. Now we're going to set up subscriptions. Creating subscriptions for your website. So this is very easy to do, but you are going to need a Stripe account. So if you don't have a Stripe account, you're going to have to create one. You're going to have to create one for your business. Please put in accurate information, and that is it. So let's navigate over here, go back to the gear icon, and then you want to click on where it says membership. Now, this is what your subscription box looks like on your website. Now, if we come down here, we have premium. Okay, if you want to have paid options for people, you have to connect your account to Stripe. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have to generate a key with Stripe. So we're going to be using test mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on connect Stripe. And then it's going to load the on-screen tutorial about how to fill this out. So we're currently in test mode, and that's it. So Ghost will be able to take the data and then just follow the on-screen tutorial. So once you click on connect, you're going to be given a secure key. So let's go ahead and copy this, and that's it. And so let's navigate back over here, paste in your secure key, boom, there we go. Then save Stripe settings. And then click on OK. So we're still in test mode, so we'll leave it like that. And there we go. So now we have different payment options right there. So we come down there, expand, then we can change the payment options that we want. So we have free, $5, yearly, $50. You can change all that information right there. And so when people subscribe to your site and they opt to join a subscription, this is how much they will be charged, and it'll go to your Stripe account, which you can then send it to your bank account. So anyways, that is it for this tutorial.
Alright everyone, that's it for this tutorial video on how to install Ghost on a hosting account found at DigitalOcean. Hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Anyways, my name is David from websitecreativepro.com. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.